Big Apple. Today I'd like to talk to you about how I developed my antifungal toenail treatment protocol. I'm a podiatrist for almost 35 years, so I've been through many stages of trying to fight fungus in toenails. It's very difficult to treat it. Years ago I tried different topical medicines, and then I tried oral medicines that you took by mouth. They had a very high recurrence rate. The fungus came back almost 100% of the time, and they also were not good for your liver. So I stopped using them about 20 years ago and went back to the topicals. Oily topicals were invented, and they made the toenail look better right away, but it was really, they were just oily and shiny. But after a few weeks you realize that the fungus really wasn't being killed. Like tea tree oil, for example. It doesn't really kill the fungus. Vicks Vapor Rub, those kind of things. And then I would say about 10 years ago, I learned about cytosine medicine, and that worked much better than all the other ones. Not perfect. It had maybe, I would say, a 50% success rate. But a 50 on the math test is not very interesting, so I had also heard about laser treatment, but I thought it was a hoax. I thought it was very expensive and a gimmick. Patients would come in and say, I paid $1,500 for a laser treatment and it didn't even work. So I said, oh wow, $1,500, that's a lot of money, and it didn't even work. And then about almost 2 years ago, I met an older podiatrist, an 80-year-old practicing podiatrist. And he said, well, of course you must use laser. Laser is the only thing that works to kill toenail fungus. And I said, what? I thought laser was like a hoax. I didn't think it really worked. It's really expensive. And he said, no, laser is the only thing that really works. It works 80% of the time, 85, 90% of the time. And he said that the problem with laser is that you have to have several treatments of laser. And unlike the oily medicines that make the nail look better quick, laser makes the toenail look better over a long period of time, like almost a year. And the reason why is because the laser can kill the fungus under the nail plate, but the nail that already came out is like a cooked chicken. You can't uncook it, so it's damaged. So you kill the fungus under the nail plate, and then new nail has to grow out. And then the nail looks better. But toenails grow out really slowly. It takes like a year or a year and a half for a toenail to grow out. Lasers work slowly, but the success rate is actually really high. So nails don't look good in the beginning of using laser for several months. But we've had really good results with it. So I'm really happy that the older podiatrist told me about lasers. I also spoke to a podiatric assistant in New Jersey, and she said the same thing. They do lasers over there. She said, what else works as well as lasers? So now that I'm doing it, I have my machine right here. My Italian Hyper Blue machine works really well. Now I realize how well lasers work. We try to keep the price very competitive. We try to keep it very affordable for people, and we're having a really good time treating toenail fungus now because we found something that really works. So now I'm going to show you a patient I treated for 20 years with everything, and nothing worked on this poor fella. He stuck with me though, and then we a year and a half ago, or a year ago I think, he started laser with him, and now we can see the toenails growing out nice and clean after 20 years of nothing helping this poor gentleman. Here we have a patient with a fungal toenail, and the patient has had several treatments of the laser. And what's interesting here is that you can see, like before, you see the line here? So this is more fungal here and less fungal at the base. So you can actually see like before and after where the laser treatment started, which is about here. I don't know if you can see that, So you see the nail growing out. So this is a good example of seeing the nail grow out with the normal base. And eventually the whole nail will grow out with a nice clean nail like you see at the base. But the reason why it's so slow in the beginning is because the tissue is actually all the way back here under the skin. So the new nail starts here, and then it has to grow all this way under the skin. So we're seeing really the growth is from here to here. You see, so that takes a long time to get to this point. So it's really, even though it looks like it's not even half, it's actually more than half has grown out. So we're probably at about 2/3 of the way through this, believe it or not. So to grow from here to here will take about half of the time to grow from here to here. You see, because this is actually where it starts. But you don't see the new nail, the nail that has received the light laser treatment. So he's about more than halfway through. Okay, so now you saw the video of the fella, very nice health practitioner. And you can see that the nail is growing out really nice, and how much fun it is for me and the patient to see that finally happening. Nice, normal pink toenail coming in at the base. And actually, on the video, I was showing how the second half of the nail, that's towards the edge of the toenail, still looks fungal. But what you didn't see is how he looked a year ago, how bad those toenails looked. So he's doing a lot better. And next summer, we're going to meet him on the Jersey Shore, and we're going to get another video of him with perfect toenails, and we'll make a video of that. That's going to be a lot of fun.